Welcome back to the Marching Arts Network. I am the Stress Master.
And I am Kanan.
And I'm Jen.
Just Jen and just Kanan.
One day.
Just Jen. Very short.
One day we'll get through that. It'll be like, I'm Justin, I'm Kanan, I'm Jen. But it's always been, I'm Justin, I'm Kanan, I'm Jen.
I have a delay, don't I?
Well, I think it's because we're all on different areas. I mean, you're in the East Coast, you're in an island floating in the middle of the North Atlantic.
The North Atlantic.
Well, speaking of which, before we got on, so it's just about dinner time where I'm at. I think it's like late morning where you're at, and Justin, it's like super dark 30 in the morning. And show us how you're surviving this morning.
Who?
You.
I can't show it because we're not sponsored by them. So
we'll get monetized. Energy.
Oh right, yeah, he's all jacked up on energy drinks.
It's an energy drink. You guys if you can tell what color that is, then you're good to go. But I needed it this morning because for the last 2 weeks I've been off work and I've been taking advantage of that. So
yeah, for sure.
But I've got to get back into my normal routine or I'm going to get really bad. But we have a lot of news because the Januals are still happening, right?
Yes.
Are they still going on?
No, they're done. They're done.
Januals.
They are done.
I didn't see anything about rules. Did you guys see anything about rules changes?
There was no rules Congress this year. It's every other year.
Okay, got it. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, but we got a lot of news
until recently.
Yeah, I didn't know either because every year they've had rules changes.
Yeah.
What the hell other rules can we put in at this point? I mean, for crying out loud, woodwinds are allowed now. I mean,
that's still the worst. That's still the worst rule. Tell us your guys' thoughts, but that is the worst damn rule. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. If you like, I like woodwinds too, but not in drum
It's
corps.
not a hill I'm going to die on.
I'll die on this hill.
You have a core affiliation.
I mean, I'm in support of woodwinds. You know?
Hey, Jen, you have a core affiliation. Could you propose a rule for me?
What's a rule?
I want pyrotechnics.
We tried.
I want fire.
We tried hard. We tried in 2019. We wanted fire. We wanted something, fireworks or something. And they very much were like, you get a smoke bomb. That's it.
So what you're saying is that in 2019, you were actually going to burn Joan at the stake.
I think they wanted to, yeah.
Oh, my God. No,
DCI
thank
said
you.
no pyrotechnics.
I bet you got more than 12th place.
Maybe 11th.
Maybe 11th with the pyrotechnics. But I mean, what are they going to do? Video screens like they do in BOA too? I mean, they were kind of cool, but I mean, they're expensive. I mean, was it Flower Mound? One of the ones in Florida, they had a few years ago. They had one that actually moved. They actually moved.
Boston had them in 21.
Boston had them in 21.
Yeah,
and it was kind of
cool.
It was kind of a gamble to see which one didn't work that night.
Yeah,
so they worked at finals and everything. It was great, but the thing with LEDs and things like that is I'm too ADHD to handle that. I'm watching what's on the TV screen. Not the drum.
Yeah.
So that was my criticism of the Boston show was they did such a cool job at the stuff they put on the LED screens that's what I wanted to watch.
So that being said, for those that don't know, in the real world, in my day job, I'm actually a audio video consultant. So that is what I actually do. I live in the world of LED, and 10 years ago, I would say that LED technology on the drum corps field would be just incompatible,
Yeah.
Now the stuff that's coming out of China now, some of that stuff is incredible. We're talking bendable LED. We're talking stuff that literally you can roll up into a roll and stores nice and easily. And the stuff is pretty robust as well. So
yeah.
I think it's doable.
I mean, it's just, the one in Florida, they were using it as a backdrop. So it was actually a movable backdrop. They could move it and it was self-contained. So they must have some sort of wireless system.
The biggest problem that I could see with something like LED technology is power draw. Is it going to work in Lucas Oil and regional shows? Yes, because we have adequate power sources to tap into. Is it going to work in some little tiny high school in Iowa in July? No, probably not.
Yeah, it's too much power.
Yeah.
We got some news. So I'm going to share my screen.
Get to the news.
We're going to get to it. Here we go. Okay, so our very first story is actually tying, and this is why I brought it up on the podcast here, is this ties into your video, Kanan, that you just did about tier lists of the stadiums, and this is specifically about the Buffalo Bills Stadium. And there's going to be a link up here in the corner, so you guys can go ahead and watch it. Really good. You got really good response on that video too. Yeah, up there in the corner somewhere. But you got a really good response on that. It was a really good video. It kind of talks about the. I mean, you can synopsize it better than I can, but just like the different, like what's the best stadiums to have drum corps in.
He ranks the stadiums. Yes.
Yeah. So
let's get to that.
Yeah, let's take a listen here.
Buffalo, New York, whose dramatic skyline sparkles on the shores of Lake Erie. Buffalo, neighbor to one of the world's great wonders. Millions travel from around the world to experience the thunder of Niagara. But tonight, the thunder and beauty are
Tell
here
the 90s
in
music,
Buffalo's
man.
rich stadium.
I'm going to have to remove the music.
Pageantry of world-class drum and bugle corps.
Guarantee it's going to copyright us.
For the Drum Corps International World Championship.
Rich Stadium, the Ralph, Highmark, whatever you call it, an era is ending in Orchard Park, New York.
This is 90.
Before the Bills move across the parking lot next season, we're looking back at the legendary buzz of this building.
Hi, everybody. I'm Kurt Gowdy, along with Steve Rondinero. Last Monday night, 70 teams started the quest for the World Championship in Drum Corps.
I marched too.
Now we're down to the final 6.
Back in '73, I was a college kid in Buffalo radio, watching this modern marvel replace the old downtown rock pile. I even remember flying over it in the WEBR traffic copter. It was big stuff back then, but it became truly special when the music arrived.
Oh my God.
Love that cadet show.
Not my favorite.
I love it.
With the help of local promoter Jack Gaylord Jr., this stadium became a cornerstone of the DCI World Championships.
So what we have is not only the best musicians in the world, we have the best athletes.
This is actually a really good Blue Devil show.
1990.
Yeah, it really
the first time the world's greatest marching musicians took over the turf. I actually thought it was quite an underrated show.
Very underrated.
1995.
Very good show.
The return to Western New York.
That Madison show, Unstoppable.
And 2001. A year that cemented this stadium's legacy in drum corps history. That tradition continued with the Drums Along the Waterfront Tour of Champions from 2015 through 2019. Jack Gaylord said it best. It was never an easy venture, but nothing beats the ability for performers to showcase their talents and that buzz in the crowd as they exit the stadium. The names on the gate may have changed, but for the DCI family, the memories are etched in the concrete.
All right, that was cool.
Yay!
That was kind of cool.
I was really good friends with Dustin Winston, the Cavaliers drum major. In fact, I went on and did Ascension Winter Guard with him the next cycle, and he is just the sweetest, nicest guy. And seeing that clip of him, it just brings back so many memories. And I kind of look at it like that whole America the Beautiful, Oh Canada thing those were my last moments in a drum corps.
Yeah. Yeah. My last moments were in 14th place and watching.
Sorry.
I find Buffalo to be very bittersweet, if I'm honest with you, because
I think for a lot of people,
it's a place that does.
You guys.
Yeah, it's a place that has a significance in the history of DCI. There's no denying that. It's going to be foggy where you're at, by the way, Justin. But it's a place that has a significant history, but it's also a place that doesn't really make for many good competitive memories for me.
Yeah,
But then again, I also remember going across the border at Niagara Falls and getting absolutely off my face there as well. So,
yeah. See, we didn't get that chance. I never got to go to Niagara Falls. Still haven't been there. I did. This was the only year I did individual and ensemble on my equipment, and I came in fourth. So, and I literally made it up as I went. I just kind of went out there and winged it. I had a few key moments. I did a Pearl Jam song. How 90s grunge can I be?
That is pretty grunge.
But I'm pretty proud of my fourth place on that. And that's where we were when Jerry Garcia died. I remember that. So
which song?
Elderly Lady Behind a Counter in a Small Town, something like that. Or maybe it was the one, I can't remember. It was a Pearl Jam song and it was a ballad. It was either that or the one about Virginia in the car crash. I can't remember.
Well, before we move on, speaking about nights out, so we did have a night out in Niagara Falls, got absolutely off our faces, but Montreal, let's talk about Canadian nights out. Now, first off, for those that are watching, if you want to comment, remember what happened in Montreal stays in Montreal.
Yes.
However, just comment down below on a scale of 1 to 10, drum corps nights out in Montreal, how epic are they?
Yeah, I'll put a poll up.
I was such a bougie.
Change the name to protect the innocent.
Such a bougie little hippie that all I wanted to do in Montreal was go to like a French cafe and drink wine and eat crepes. And that's exactly what I did. And I had lunch next to Liza Minnelli. So
seriously, we went to the beer garden.
I have a picture of Liza Minnelli on my free day in Montreal. Yes,
we went to the beer garden that had a circular stage in the middle of it.
Yes, with a polka band.
Had a live.
Oh my god!
Had a live polka band playing Metallica. It was great.
Oh my god!
And Madison was there. Madison's horn line was there, and they were just epic. The concha line. Oh my god, so fun, so fun.
Still stuff that we can't talk about today because the statute of limitations hasn't gone away just yet.
I'm pretty sure when they were about to release us in Montreal, the last thing the staff said was, don't go to the strip bars. And of course, some people did. They're like, if you go to the strip bars, don't get wasted. We have practice tomorrow.
Well, we did go to the strip bars.
Yeah,
and
everybody went to the strip bars, I guess.
We were about 4 songs in when we realized that we were in the strip bar for the other side. So
I love it. Oops.
See? Okay, so
Montreal, gotta love it.
All right, we're gonna now switch into the actual Januals. So we're gonna go through the different clips that DCI's put up just to kind of talk about those. Here we go.
Laying out the summer tour is a major logistical challenge, and not just for the drum corps. How about the judges? Managing some 130 people across some 80 shows nationwide takes some serious planning. Come on, I want to show you something. Let's go behind the curtain. Folks, we're inside the room where it happens. Julie Davila, Judge Administrator, is here. Lee Carlson, the Director of Competition.
They do a pretty
There's a lot that gets done in this room over the course of these January meetings. Tell us all what you try to accomplish here.
Absolutely. So, as you can see, maybe in the room, we've got a team of people that are working on the assignments for the season. And there's a lot that goes into that. We collect the availability from the judges in late November, early December. And as the show and the tour gets kind of planned out, then we were able to start to plug in judges in terms of, are they available for the shows? We want to make sure that we're always putting the best judges in the seat for, the caption they feel most comfortable on, and our stars in those and those captions, and try to balance it out a little bit of, veteran judges, but we also have some really terrific emerging judges and emerging voices, so we want to make sure to allow them time to refine and hone their craft.
But your goal here is, before this weekend is done, is to basically have the season assigned, judging-wise, as much as possible.
Yeah, I would say we try to be at a 95% completion on the assignments. And then, we'll send out the assignments. There's always some judges that can come back and go, oh, I thought I was available on July 4th and now I'm not. There's a few little massage things that you have to do throughout the season, but we feel pretty good about it. When we come out of on Sunday, they're in pretty good shape.
Wow.
We've got many layers to this because we've got to make sure that the judges have exposure to the people they need to see, and also that they're exposed during the time of the season where we have critique. So it's a matter of there's so many layers to make this happen. And then because of budget, we if somebody lives in Massachusetts, chances are they're going to do the Lawrence show. And so we try to keep costs down.
I've seen people back here with maps and talking, well, I don't know, can they fly here? Can they drive here? The logistics must be enormous.
Yeah, the logistics are kind of ridiculous, to be honest. So we thank Duffy in the office. She does an amazing job. But sometimes that's a consideration. If she comes back to us and says, I can't make this work from a travel perspective, then we might have to make a small shift. But these people that are working on the assignments, they're pretty seasoned to kind of understand the geographical, responsibilities and things to keep mindful of. So,
okay, I mean, just a cool little thing, a little behind the scenes.
I think that logistical nightmare is kind of like housing, just trying to make, and we deal with it on a small scale, just trying to get staff in and out, just for those people that don't know, we don't carry 85 staff from start to finish.
So is this where they decide who wins next year then? Yeah.
Oh my gosh, don't even get me started.
Oh boy. Open can of worms here.
Yes, exactly. But yeah, trying to figure out how to get staff in and out is to like where we're going to be on the road and everything is such a difficult process. I can't imagine doing it for judges across the country for multiple shows like that. That's got to be big.
Let's move to the next one. This one we've talked
Dan
about.
Potter at the Drum Corps International Winter Meetings in Indianapolis, catching up with the Spartans, Paul LaFlamme. How was the Macy's 70th anniversary parade for you guys?
It was incredible. It was a great experience for all of our members, for all of our staff, and for all of our admin. Absolutely electric to be in New York City on Thanksgiving Day. Performing in front of that audience was just an incredible experience.
Lots of extra work, but it sounds like you'd recommend it for other corps?
Absolutely. It was a ton of extra work. And of course, a lot of logistics go into planning a drum corps season. However, we do it every year. This was something new, something that we had never really done before. So learning all of those logistics from the beginning was a big challenge.
2025 was somewhat of a transition year for Spartans. You were partially open class, but moving into world class. And this year, 2026, now fully world class. What does that mean for Spartans?
Maintaining our own culture and who we are. We're not going to change who we are. We're not going to change what we do. We're going to spend the exact same number of days on the road that we've spent over the last couple of years. We're going to keep our identity in terms of what it means to be a Spartan. We're going to be going to different cities, which will be fun and exciting. We're going to be going to new venues, which will be fun and exciting. But as far as actual day-to-day operations, it's going to be the same old Spartans that you've known and loved for years.
Okay, so we talked about this, I think, at length when they announced this last season about the Spartans moving into Worlds. I mean, I don't know if they're going to be successful in World unless they're changing some of the things that they currently do, because it's not the same as Open. I don't know. I just don't know if they're going to be as successful as they think they might be. But if they don't change like certain aspects of like rehearsals and attention to details and things like that, I don't know if they're going to be successful in World. But I could just be a negative Nancy right now. But
I think you're being a negative Nancy. I completely disagree with you. I think they're going to be great.
I don't completely disagree with you. I think they're going to be good. I think they're going to be the Spartans, right? That's what he's saying. But I also don't think they're going to be top 12. Yeah. So I think you got to have 1 year in full competition, full shoots. They're going to have to design a little bit differently because the designs in the world class are a little bit different than open class. So I think they got to get their feet wet in a full world-class competition. I didn't like the process last year. I mean, they were judged on world-class sheets because all the sheets are the same or whatever they say. But I also didn't like the fact that they were able to compete in the world class and then go back and sweep up in the open class. That bothered me.
Yeah, that was a bit wrong. So
yeah,
slightly out of left field. And I'm not asking you for a specific placement or anything like that, but every year we have one core out of the other half of DCI, if you will, the not top 12 half of DCI that surprises us. Who do you guys think is going to be that core this year? In that 15th to 21st place region, who do you think is going to take a big step this year?
I don't know.
In my heart, I want to say Crossman, but I don't know. I want it to be Crossman. I want it to be Spirit. I always want it to be Spirit. I want Spirit in the top 12.
Yeah.
With Mandarins gone, I want Spirit in the top 12.
I think Spirit. I think Madison. I think Crossman. Even I think they're all competing for that 12th place spot.
For that 12th place spot. Yeah.
Yeah.
The core that I'm gonna die on this hill right now, and say keep an eye on these guys. Is gonna be Seattle Cascades.
Really? I did not see that coming. I thought you would have said Memphis.
Yeah, or Music City.
Seattle.
Music City, yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah.
I fangirl Music City all the time.
Yeah.
I know. That's why I thought you were going to say that.
The last two shows from Seattle Cascades have been really good, high quality shows.
Yeah,
I mean, if they can get a few more, feet on the field, and let's be honest, there's a West Coast core that's not fielding this year, so that's going to bode well for all those West Coast cores. They're all going to pick up a member or two.
I wonder.
Yeah, I think Seattle is going to be a core to watch for this year.
You know what's so interesting is when SCV took the year off, everybody went crazy trying to track where their members went to. There were spreadsheets.
Most of them didn't go anywhere.
All that stuff. Some of them didn't go anywhere, but a lot of them did. We got a ton of them from SCV, and not all of them went back. A lot of them went back, but not all of them. But I wonder where all the Mandarins kids went. Because I don't think there's a lot of Mandarins kids that at 6th place or 7th place or 8th place, wherever they were. I don't see those kids sitting a year waiting for Mandarins to come back. I see them going somewhere else.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to go to like Blue Devils and Santa Clara and,
Did they go up and down the coast or did they go to Blue Knights, which isn't that far away?
I don't think they would go to Blue Knights just because, and nothing against the Blue Knights, but kind of like the Mandarins vibe is they're in the top 6?
Yeah.
Were they? No, we were 6. They were 7 or 8.
7, yeah.
Yeah.
So they're in the top 10. So I mean, I guess theoretically they could have. I mean, but probably more likely like Phantom or Madison, maybe. Who knows? You just don't know. It just depends on the vibe. Okay.
Anywho, what's our next victim?
Our next victim. Here we go. Let me turn this down because these are really loud for some reason.
A drum corps has been missing from our midst for the last year or so, but is returning. That is the Guardians of Texas. Bill Greenberg is Guardians director and joins me here in Indianapolis. Guardians, if I recall, Bill, 2024, you went through the Texas tour and then went inactive in 2025. Is that right?
That's correct. San Antonio was the last show in 2024.
And just today, really, you began the formal process of bringing the corps back, correct?
We've been working on it for about 4 or 5 months on the back end, but this is my first activity with Drum Corps itself, with Drum Corps International.
What made you want to step in and save Guardians?
I've been wanting to do this for a long time, and when they posted the letter that they were not going to be marching for last year, I just called them. I was actually going to be a consultant at first, and then the person who was going to be the corps director had to step away, and they asked me to take it over, and I've been doing it ever since.
Why is it important to bring Guardians back?
Well, they had a tremendous history up until COVID, and that hurt them. And they took 5th one year, and they were on their way. And it was just really unfortunate to see the circumstances that they went through. And once we decided to do it, and then we moved them up to North Texas, where it's just a hotbed of music activity, marching music activity, it was just kind of a no-brainer. They needed to be back.
Are you feeling pretty positive about this?
It's been going fantastic. Everything we've been putting in place, we have the full staff. We have a full board right now, so everything's just been going really terrific. We're having our first clinic in 2 weeks on January 24th. We're going to have our auditions in March, and we're just hoping to get a corps on the field and come back for 2026.
Welcome back to Guardians and best of luck.
Thanks, Dan. I appreciate it.
Okay. If I'm not mistaken, they stopped like mid-tour, right? Because they ran out of money.
San Antonio.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be the good guy on this one, so I'll get my bit out of the way. They were intending in that year to do a full tour, if you may or may not recall. The kids only found out like 3 days before San Antonio that was the end of tour. And there was a lot of, I don't know if the word horror stories, or there was a lot of unfortunate stories coming out of Guardians in regards to how they were managing things. So now I appreciate that they've got a new leadership team now, but I have my concerns about Guardians coming back. I want them kept on a short leash.
Yeah.
Well, we don't know what the stipulations are.
Yeah,
if there
needs to be, in my opinion, though, because I'm all for them coming back, but I want them to come back the right way.
Sure.
Agreed.
Sure.
Totally agreed. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it sounds like the guy that stepped in, he kind of like understood what was happening, and that's why he wanted to step in and correct that ship, so.
Yeah. And just to add on a little bit on this one, just looking at the perspective of why they made the decision that they did. It sucks for the kids learning that your tour is ending in 3 days, a month shorter than it was supposed to. But could you imagine the horror stories that would have come out had they stretched the tour? Had they tried? Yeah, exactly. So it was the right decision. It was a difficult decision. I'm glad they made that decision.
Yes, I am glad they made that decision, and I completely agree, because this could have been another Pioneer or Teal Sound.
Yeah, and look at Pioneer. I mean, they told Roman, they were like, "Yeah, you guys can come back without you," and he was like, "Screw you, we're never coming back. It's my core," and I think that's wrong. That's a narcissist at work. But if you look at what they're doing, they've changed their leadership. It sounds like they've changed their board. It sounds like they've got new, fresh blood. And hopefully DCI will give them the tools and the oversight to run appropriately. I mean, they have all of that in their hands because of what they do with Sound Sport and the competitive pipeline. So hopefully they will give them the guidance that they need.
Yeah. I mean, we always use more drum corps. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So welcome back.
Maybe a year or two in that area of Sound Sport is where Guardians need to be starting out again.
Maybe, I don't know how the backwards works. If they're supposed to, I mean, look at, I don't know. I don't know if you can demote like that to Sound Sport.
True. All right. So let's, I don't remember what this one is.
Now, one of the things that the group voted on out of the meeting is to do away with the class structure within All Age. Explain to that for folks who may not be aware of it and what this means.
But subclasses in the All Age world, we brought them in from DCA actually. They were based on size of the cores. We had 3 classes. Now we're just going to be competing as one all-age class. So like last year we had prelims. We called that class championships because we still had 3 classes. But then in finals, it was regardless of class, the top 12 made finals. So now there's no more subclasses. We're just one DCI all-age class of drum corps. Since becoming part of DCI, our corps are growing. We're having more and more interest in membership. We have more corps wanting to be part of All Age. So it was time to really get rid of the subclasses that were limiting size and growth of the corps. So now it's open, it's more equal across the board for everyone.
So everybody is in the same class and off we go.
Off we go. We're looking forward to a great year in 2026.
Okay, so I've seen some comments like people are like, this is not good because what about the smaller groups? They're going to get left behind because they were competitive within the subclasses, but now if it's all just one, how are they going to compete if they have less numbers and less volume?
Get bigger?
I guess
bigger,
the point is DCI All Age is not a destination core situation. Like there's not people, there are. But I mean, these are regional drum corps. These are kids in the neighborhood. These are adults in the neighborhood. They're within a couple hours of the drum corps, so I don't know that it's really going to have a huge negative effect. I think the people that are going to go to Rogues Hollow are going to go to Rogues Hollow. The people that are going to go to the Caballeros are going to go to the Caballeros, So I just don't know. But I also think that if you're a small drum corps, that's like a under 60 or whatever. I don't know what the classes were. Let's say under 50. And you were saying, I want to keep winning at my under 50 class. And I'm going to cut these kids. I'm not going to take these kids. I'm going to cap the drum corps. You don't grow. But is that the point? Do they want to grow? And if this was voted on by their membership and they said, yeah, we want to be able to grow our numbers. And I mean, if this is what they want, then
I can comment on this. As I think I'm it's safe to say I'm the only person here who's actually marched in an all age corps.
Yeah.
What I can say is that while winning is nice, it's not the end all be all in the world of all age. The world of all age is for the older folks like me. It was hanging on to something that we once had. For the younger members, it's getting a bit of experience before they move on to DCI. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that, because guess what? When they finish DCI, they can always come back.
That's true. That's true.
But what I would say is that DCI, in my opinion, and I'm critical of DCI in a lot of cases, but in my opinion, DCI is the absolute savior of the all age drum corps activity.
I have to agree,
because DCA wouldn't have lasted another 2 years.
Agreed.
And not with those September finals in Rochester or wherever it was.
And look, the other thing to consider as well is don't kid yourself. You don't have any less of an experience in all age. You just have a different experience. My time with the Kids Grove Scouts, I cherish my time with the Kids Grove Scouts as much as I cherish my time with the freelancers.
Yeah.
It was a different experience, but to me, it was just as valuable and just as much a part of my journey.
Well, and now
journey.
DCA was such a weirdly East Coast thing. Like all the drum corps were from the East Coast. It was just a very regional thing. You might have a couple outliers here and there, but now we see with this year, Minnesota Brass and Northern Lights. They're from Michigan and Minnesota. So now all of a sudden you're seeing drum corps come back from other regions. And so that's exciting for someone like me who, not necessarily me, but someone like me that is in the Midwest that maybe wants to march a drum corps. Now all of a sudden, maybe I can get to Minnesota.
Yeah. I wonder how many folks from San Francisco Renegades are still knocking about that maybe want to have another go.
Right. I mean, it's like, so I'll tell you what, the growth.
If we're talking about drum corps getting hosed and talk about that East Coast bias, if you try to tell me that DCA didn't have an East Coast bias and tell me that Renegades didn't win at least 1 or 2 titles, then I'd tell you you're crazy. Because there's a couple times where Renegades traveled back east and came in 5th, and they damn sure should have won the whole damn thing.
Yeah.
We'll never know.
We'll never know.
Here's someone that was actually on the podcast, Dale Antoine, right? Talking about Skyriders.
A lot of excitement here at the January meetings about the rebirth of the Skyriders. Dale Antoine, Executive Director. Tell us where we are now.
Well, we competed last summer. Was our first year actually as a competing unit in Sound Sport. We had 76 members. We were in Ankeny, Dubuque, and Lisle. We're very pleased with how it went. I've already put plans together for this season. We're months and months ahead. Our first camp is actually today. We're at Emporia State University, and we have, I was called back, and they said we had 59 show up for our first audition camp, which we're quite pleased with.
That's great.
The goal is between 90 and 100 this year for members. We're looking like we're having a really good return rate. I think we'll have at least half. I'm very pleased that we're getting many kids from Kansas, which is been ignored for drum corps since we left in 1989, end of '89.
Mm-hmm.
So, but it's been really exciting, and we're getting some really good alumni help and just the buzz coming off of last summer. The fans were extremely excited to see us back.
Well, you got a lot of people pulling for it.
Yeah, and so it hasn't really, I mean, this hasn't happened very often, that a corps that's been gone for over 30 years shows back up.
Well, when this whole idea started to surface, a lot of us said, whoa, okay, guys, good luck. We wish you well.
Yeah.
But you're making it happen.
Yeah. A lot of people looked at me and said, you're nuts, but it's been a huge effort. I mean, by a lot of people, and not just myself, but a lot of different people.
If you guys have
let's bring back the freelancers.
Yeah.
So if anybody's has not seen that podcast, definitely go back and watch it. It's under our podcast section. It was really cool to have him on the show, and hopefully he'll be back at some point. Yeah, really nice guy.
Great guy.
I'm really hopeful that they'll come back strong.
I am too. And in the bigger picture, there was some guy on one of the, I made a post about this. Well, some dude on one of the Facebook posts about, it was about the post about a couple of corps going into the open class or something. I can't remember what it was. And some guy makes this comment, DCI really needs to spend time focusing on how to expand drum corps like we used to be back in the day. And it was like so infuriating because there's literally like 8 drum corps right now going through the pipeline between Northern Lights and Mini Brass and Skywriters, Legacy, Blue Cadets, God forbid that name. All of these drum corps are expanding the activity, but instead of just plopping them into world class like Star of Indiana did, which was a flash in the pan, that they could even do that. There's actually a correct way to do it to make sure that they have the finances, the structure, the viability, the educational things, the policies, just keep the kids safe. I mean, all of that has to be in place. And there is a process that DCI does it. So if some guy is going to get out on Facebook and complain that there are no new drum corps and the activity is shrinking, he's only looking at the world class. He's not looking at where the activity is actually growing. And it's infuriating. There are literally
and some great shows in open class as well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All the shows are.
But I mean, I'm just,
to me, all the shows are great.
I'm just saying he's not looking. He's just complaining. He's not actually paying attention,
All right, let's move on to the next one. This is actually talking about what we were just talking about.
Big news here at the Janual. We've got 2 all-age corps now that have completed the evaluation process. They're in, they're locked, they're loaded, fully competitive. Northern Lights, Missy Olmsted. It's got to be a good feeling.
Absolutely. It's been a really great opportunity for us to start in the sound sport arena and go through the affiliate program and then now be adopted fully into the all-age class membership. It's a really great feeling and to feel completely welcomed by the rest of the all-age directors and for us to have the opportunity to continue to take the stage with them and continue representing DCI.
Members pretty pumped?
Our members are incredibly excited. Being able to use this as an opportunity for recruiting and say, hey, we play at Lucas Oil Stadium. We are going to be on the biggest stage. You're going to be on Flow Marching. We've got, millions of people watching you when you're performing. It's a huge pull.
That's great. We look forward to seeing the corps out there. Minnesota Brass, MBI now, right? Is that the word, Eric?
That's right. MBI, Minnesota Brass Incorporated. We've been around for 80 years, but excited to take this next step. Formal membership into the all-age class within DCI and really looking forward to a competitive 2026.
So you guys, I remember you in the old days, you had to kind of retrench, rebuild. How's the future look?
I think it looks very, very bright for both MBI and for the all-age class. It's been remarkable to see the change just in a couple years as we've transitioned from DCA to DCI. We have a tremendous amount of support, as Misty just mentioned. Being able to perform at Lucas Oil Stadium is a huge boon for our members, and we're really excited for the future.
No, we're excited to see both corps out there on the field this summer. Big news from the Janual. Congratulations, Northern Lights and MBI.
Yeah, I've said most everything I was going to say about this previously. I kind of jumped the gun on that, but it's really exciting to see MBI, Minnesota Brass, around. I mean, they've never went away. They've always been something, but it's great to see them back. And again, I think the restructuring of the all-age class so that they are performing at Lucas Oil and they're performing in the summer and they're finishing with everybody else. It was such a natural win for DCA to do this. They immediately have a set crowd. Your audience is there. You know, so it was such a smart move, and I'm glad they did it because I think it's really done well for that activity.
I really wish that all age would thrive out here in California, but we've had 2 and they've both been gone for a while. It's just so expensive. It's so expensive in California.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, let's go ahead. Kanan, any words before I move to the next one?
No.
Las Vegas should have an all-age drum corps.
We've had some history made here at the DCI winter meetings.
What was that? Go ahead, say again.
So Jen pretty much said everything I had to say. Anyway, so.
The open class meeting room this morning, where for the first time in several years, 2 brand new open class corps have been given membership in the OC. I'll tell you about those 2 corps in a moment. But first, what I want you to know is there's a total of 6 corps now. Those 2 that were just accepted for membership today, 3 more corps, Eclipse, Arsenal, and Gems, that are being considered affiliate open class corps now.
That's growth,
and a
people.
6th corps, the Skyriders from Hutchinson, Kansas. Many of you will remember that name. They have been accepted for consideration into open class at this meeting. So very, very exciting. The 2 new member corps are Zephyrus from Tulsa, Oklahoma, and Memphis Blues from Memphis, Tennessee. Stephen Cook is the corps director of Memphis Blues. What does it mean to Memphis to have this vote happen and to be accepted into open class full membership?
It's an incredible opportunity for us. We've got great things going on for our program, lots of support, lots of excitement, and we're just really really ready to hit the ground running this year.
I've been around this activity long enough that I actually competed way back in the day against MB3, the Memphis Blues Brass Band. So there is a drum corps history in Memphis. Have you been able to draw on that?
Of course, Keith Hall, our executive director, was a drum major there.
Yeah.
Our assistant director, Tina Hurst, she was a member of the Memphis Blues Brass Band. And so we have a lot of alumni active right now in the corps, getting us through the steps necessary to make this a corps that we can be proud of.
A brand new open class corps in a city that also has a history of drum corps, Tulsa, Oklahoma. And the corps is Zephyrus. The artistic director and founder of Zephyrus is Aaron Morton. Congratulations. What does it mean to Zephyrus to have that vote go your way?
This has been kind of one of those big checkpoints we've been dreaming of since 2017 when we had our first board meeting. All along the way, as we've been building not only the drum corps program, but the other programs at Zephyrus Arts Institute, this has been one of our true north missions, was to create a program that was worthy of competing in open class. But this moment is really special because it sort of marks what it was for making this happen, making this possible.
What would you say to people who are considering starting a drum and bugle corps?
Do it, for sure. Get phone numbers of all of the people in these organizations. They are a wealth of knowledge. Just ask for help and it'll come.
Really reach out to those groups that are doing the right things, and there's plenty of those around here. So find your team and stand with them, and they'll help you out.
So before we start, quick trivia. I'm going to test your drum corps knowledge. This is like a foreshadowing of what's coming up in a bit. What's the other drum corps that came out of Tulsa, Oklahoma?
Black Gold.
They were quite decent back in the day. 89 Black Gold is a show worth watching.
89 Black Gold was good. I had a friend that marched that year. Yeah.
Yeah. That was a good time.
But to that end, though, both of those shows from last year, from Zephyrus and Memphis Blues, are well worth a watch. They put out a really good product last year. I'm glad to see them in open class.
Yeah, I mean, I've said it before and I'll say it again. I think that the level of show design is way better than when we marched in terms of just overall from top to bottom. There's enjoyable shows. You can watch 1 through 21 and like be totally like, that's
something
great.
You like.
Yeah, something you like. You're not going to like everything because, you don't like every type of music and whatever, but I think overall it's great. Yeah. Okay, let's move on to the next one.
5 months almost to the day since Boston Crusaders won their first DCI World Championship. Chris Holland, Executive Director, is with me. What have those 5 months been like?
Well, Dan, it's been a whirlwind. It doesn't get old, I'll tell you that. It's really an amazing, humbling experience, and it's been a lot of fun. We got a lot of local press, and we've got a lot of celebrations back in the Boston area, so it's created incredible momentum. It immediately brings you back to like, hey, our mission is to to make this an incredible life-changing experience every year.
Cool
Most
uniform,
of our focus
man. I love
shifted
that
immediately
uniform.
to how do we do everything better?
I love the guard
I
uniform.
had Hall of Famer Michael Cesario tell me once that the obligation of a champion is to move the activity forward. Does Boston feel that burden?
I don't think it's a burden. I think we're very comfortable with who we are and what our brand is and what we put out on the field, what our aesthetic is. We're thinking about the next great version of the Boston Crusaders, and that in and of itself will continue to move the activity forward. And in the activity as a whole, every drum corps at Lucas Oil Stadium I've watched all of those shows.
Ooh, nice flag
So
feature.
I think we're all moving the activity forward. In the off the field part that I'm really tuned into, how you deliver the member experience. There's a lot of drum corps doing incredible work. We're very proud of for our organization, but we're very proud for the activity. The Founders Trophy, to kind of get your name on there is really humbling. I talked to Mike Goff from Troopers, and he said, "How is it?" And I said, I want you to get your name on there. I want that Trooper's name on there. It belongs on there. And when it happens, it's going to be awesome. And I hope that, what we were able to do held out hope for these other corps that you can do it. I believe it. I think there are other groups that are going to do exactly what we did.
I do think Troopers are one to watch.
Yeah, someday.
I do think Troopers are one to watch. What I think will be interesting about Boston this year, and I'm just going to be the negative Nancy realist here, is that DCI has a history of first-time champions winning it and then placing fifth the next year.
I know, right?
Winning it is hard. Winning it 2 years in a row is exponentially harder.
Yeah,
it is. It's true.
It'll be interesting to see how Boston follows that up.
Yeah,
because I think when you look at Boom, right? I think you look at Boom, and you can put that show right next to 2018 Vanguard, Lightning in a Bottle. How do you capture that lightning twice?
Yeah.
Well, they came in third the next year, Vanguard. So at least it wasn't fifth, which I think they did.
What the freak is that?
So
600 people. That's what the freak that is.
So I forgot this showed up on my Facebook feed before when we had our last podcast. But this is the actual
absurd.
drill design. This is a drill design.
No, it's not.
That's what you guys put out.
This at least gives you an idea of what the Phantom Regiment Alumni Corps could potentially look like on the field.
Yes. And
that
I
is
want to
just
tell you,
freaking absurd.
there's only like 50 guard on the field. In that thing. We counted them. And we're like, no, there's going to be, because at the time, I think we have about 100 guards. So we need to squish in that interval.
I just don't know how you're going to fit everybody.
I know. I don't either.
So to put this into perspective, if you look at that picture, the color guard there is bigger than the entire 1987 Sacramento Freelancers when we set off on the road. Because we had 59 holes in the corps when we set off. We marched up 105. That's just absurd.
And there are little things like we have 12 or 15, 12 in the honor guard. We have 20 to 30 in the front ensembles. So I mean, like, there's not going to be, there are some people that are mobility challenged, so they'll be on the front sideline too.
Oh, that's fine. They'll be able to move around on that field anyway.
But nobody's gonna be, so it's like none of us are worried about having to do anything more than an 8 to 5.
Yeah, I couldn't.
So
I don't think I could do.
Crazy.
I don't think I could do what we used to do. Oh my gosh.
Well, let me tell you, just from my perspective, I started, with this journey, and I started, to get back in shape, and I started this a year and a half, 2 years ago, lose some weight, all this stuff. Like if you go back to our earlier podcasts, there's been some effort. But now I've been doing strength training for the last few months, and now I've realized that I'm real stiff. Like I'm in color guard talk. We talk about being in the toaster in the plane, when we do front, back, now all of a sudden I realize that my arms and my legs don't move outside of the toaster, So now I'm doing bar and I'm doing all this stretching and all this stuff just to try and get that mobility back in my hips and in my shoulders that I didn't realize was gone until
I'm going to
recently.
let you in on a little secret. Drum corps is hard when you get old.
Oh man. And I mean, it is crazy that I'm doing 2 years worth of work for one night. You know?
I remember my last year with Kids Grove. Our last set had me in 16 counts, jazz running laterally with a tuba.
Yeah, we won't be doing that.
And it was something like 40 yards and 16 counts at double forte.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'd like to say that I looked like a gazelle going across the field.
Did you look more like a rhino?
I think if you looked at the look on my face, it was just sheer terror. So, I should say it was going from right to left as well. So not only was it a jazz run,
blind
at 200 beats a minute at double forte, covering 40 yards and 16 counts, it was doing it literally blind.
Oh my gosh. No, thank you. No, thank you.
Well, this is going to wrap up our podcast, but thank you guys so much for joining us. We really do appreciate it. Please. Oh, wait, do we have one more thing?
We have one more thing. We have a little quiz.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Now it's time for America's favorite game, the Marching Arts Network Guessing Game, with your host, Kanan.
Right, and welcome to this feature, I guess you could call it, on this week's podcast. We're trying different things this year. We got loads of reaction videos. You can go to the channel for that. We're going to play a game, and that game is Drum Corps title or B movie title. So,
okay.
I am going to be your quiz master. Jen and Justin as my willing victims. It's a really simple prospect. I'm going to read you the name, and you have to decide, is it a DCI show title or a B movie title? And we're going to do this by buzzing in. So, Jen, if you want to buzz in, you can scream Suta.
Okay, I got it.
Justin, it's underlay, play ball, and if you have to say the whole thing, or else you don't get it. You don't get the answer.
No.
Wow. Okay.
I'm the quiz master. My rules. Right.
Underlay, play ball.
Question number 1. The title is Chivalry.
Underlay, play ball.
Justin, you were first. Is it a
gonna
DCI show title or is it a movie title?
I think it's a movie title.
Oh, I go the other way. Let's find
out. All right, then. So, by the way, if you get it wrong, the points go to her.
Yay!
Right,
do you have to click on it?
You selected movie title, so select B there. Let's see what it is.
Yay!
It was, of course, from the Colts.
Of course it was.
Wow.
Question number 2. Full Fathom 5.
Studa.
Jen.
I'm gonna go with movie title.
Jen goes with movie title.
I'm gonna say the same thing.
Well, it doesn't matter because Jen buzzed in. You don't get an answer. How'd you don't listen, do you?
Oh, good.
Anyway,
but
it was
you
a movie
can't
title.
watch it.
What did you say? Did you say movie or
yeah,
no?
I said movie.
Right, 2-0 to Jen. Question number 3. Sinvitation 7.
Underlandly play ball. DCI show title.
DCI show title.
Quick. I would have said movie. Oh, wow. Who was that?
And that is, of course, for a bonus point. Who is that drum corps?
Ooh.
I have no idea. Sorry.
Mm-mm.
I'm gonna go.
I mentioned them earlier in this podcast.
Oh, gosh. Open class.
Open class.
Memphis Blues.
Justin, you can tie the game with this, mate.
I have no clue.
What?
All right, Jen, do you want to have a go at who it is?
Open class? No. I said Memphis Blues.
They're
no longer
with us.
Wow, I don't remember.
I have no idea.
Oh, Black Gold.
Wrong. That is Teal Sound.
Teal Sound.
Okay.
Question number 4. The Barbarians.
Suda.
Jen.
I'm going to go with DCI show title.
And let's see, is it?
Ooh.
No, I wanted it to be.
And that ties us up at 2-2.
Oh. Wow.
Question number 5. We'll go to 10 is what we'll go to. Question number 5. The Bells of San Angelo.
Andale, play ball. It's a movie title.
Justin.
Movie
It's a
title.
movie title. Man,
Movie
how do you know
title.
these B movies. Takes the lead.
It is, of course. I believe it was a John Wayne flick, but we don't get to see what it was. Question number 6. The Devil's Staircase.
Suda.
Jen.
DCI show title.
Oh, look at that.
Of course, it's a DCI show title.
Santa
That was a
Clara.
great show as well.
Yeah, Vanguard.
Oh, Andale, play ball.
Question number 7, Dreams of Desire. Justin.
I think this is a show title.
That it certainly is.
Yeah. Mhm.
Jen, hang your head in shame.
I'm so mad. He jumped it. I was waiting for you to read it. He jumped it.
This is true. Justin, you cheated. Jen gets the points.
I didn't cheat.
I did. I read the name.
I
I'm
can
the
read it.
quizmaster, my rules.
All right.
Anyway, question number 8. Robot Monster. Now, this sounds like something Boston could do if you ask me.
I know, right? But
Robot
Suda.
Monster. Is it a DCI show title or a B movie title?
I'm gonna go B movie title.
You're not going to go with anything unless you say Suda.
I did.
Anyway, you were wrong. Justin gets the points.
No, she was
What?
right.
I said movie title.
She said movie title.
Yeah, but you didn't say Suda, so Justin
I
gets the
did.
point.
You
She did say
I
Suda.
did.
She said
Did
Suda.
she?
Yes,
You're
she
too
did.
honest for your own good, Justin.
I know.
So what does that give it? What's that? 5-4,
I have no
Jen.
idea. I've lost count.
5-4, Jen, I think. I don't know. Question number 9. The Comeback.
Andale, play ball. DCI show title.
Justin, DCI show title, is it? A DCI show title?
No, wow, it's not. I would have said the same.
It is
Wow.
a DCI
I thought it was
show
like a
title.
Cavalier show or
So
Blue
that
Coats or
is,
something like
what did I say? That's 16,012 to 4.
Yeah.
In Jen's favor.
Yeah, in Jen's favor.
Now, this one here is going to be a money question. So, Justin, you can gain 16,008 points with the answer to this question and tie the game for an 11th question. The answer is Voices of the Isle.
Suda.
Jen.
Do you want to do it so if I get it wrong, he gets the point?
Yes, if you get it wrong, he gets the points.
Okay. All right. I'm going to go with DCI show title.
DCI show title. Is it a DCI show title? It certainly is, and it is, of course, the other core that I mentioned in today's podcast. Pioneer. It was quite a good show as well.
Back when they were like,
Thanks for watching the Marching Arts Network guessing game.
good run. It was a
Anyway.
good run.
That was fun.
That was fun.
Something different.
That was cool. And we can do the next part in the next podcast.
Sure.
certainly
Yeah.
can. We certainly can.
Justin wants to come back.
You know,
So should we wrap this thing up then, or do we want the British swear word of the day?
some people call it a comeback, but I've been here for years. So that's all I'm going to say.
British swear word of the day.
Do we want the British swear word of the day? Run
British swear word of the day. Go.
And now the British swear word of the day by the Tumour.
And the British swear word of the day today is brought to you by PG Tips Tea, and it is, of course, bellend. Say it with me, kids.
We have to.
Bellend. So now, what is a bellend? Bellend could be, well, first off, it's the forebit of a gentleman's sausage, shall we say? It's also just a quirky little word that's used on the. It's a quirky little word used. Stop it, Justin. It's a quirky little word used on. Is it the fact that I've got over my head? It's a quirky little word used here on the British Isles
We can't even get through it.
to describe just a general idiot.
General knob.
Bellend. And
There you
that is
go.
your British swear word of the day.
That was the British swear word of the day by the Tumour.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us. We really appreciate it as always. And
like and subscribe, buy a t-shirt, all that crap.
Yeah, absolutely. Please make sure you visit our YouTube page where you can find all of our videos. We have over 200. A lot of variety out there.
At the moment?
What was that?
You working on anything cool at the moment?
I am about to work on a video. Something we had planned, and actually I just saw a little Facebook DCI article on it, or not article, but little vignette on it. So I'm going to do it. So I'm not going to tell you guys what it is, but you're going to see it. Very cool show. It's a very cool show from the 80s. Very, very cool show. So I can't wait to watch that. I haven't seen it since 20 years, something like that. It's a long time. So, but that's pretty much what I'm going to be working on right now.
Jen, are you pushing Girl Scout cookies?
I am pushing Girl Scout cookies right now, but I'm actually doing it very slowly. I'm just kind of like, whatever, we sell, you know. So yeah.
So if you need your crack
if you know me on
bites,
Facebook, support my daughter. You can donate cookies too. You know, you can donate. If you can't get the cookies, then you can donate cookies.
Well, listen, folks, thanks so much for joining us today. It was a bit of a, I think this one went off the rails a little bit, but we need the occasional off the rails podcast.
Yeah, why not?
But yeah, so thank you so much for joining us, and keep your eye out for other cool stuff that we're going to be dropping over the next few weeks. Like I said, like and subscribe and buy a t-shirt and all that stuff. And the only thing really left to say is no matter what you're doing, no matter where you're doing it, no matter who you're doing it with, or when you're doing it, just remember that when you're doing it, you know what to do.
Yeah, you march on.
You march on.
You got to march on, folks. Thank you so much. We'll see you on the next one. Bye.
Bye.